Likelihood is many of us are going to be literally working until the day we drop. If you live and work in the UK, come the day you retire, assuming you've been paying your national insurance contributions for at least 35 years, the UK government will pay you an average pension of about £221.20 per week. Now just stop and think about that for a minute. If you were to retire today at age 67 and all you've got is your national insurance contributions, the government will pay you approximately 10,800, I think it is, per year, which works out to be about £221 per week, approximately 800 and a bit per month. Now, ask yourself, based on what it costs to live in the UK today, just think about how much more expensive things are going to be then when you retire. And just keep this in mind when you go to work. Ask yourself, could you live on £221 per week? Because if all you've got is your national insurance contributions and you've got no private pension, you've not bought any properties, you've got no savings, the likelihood is come the day you retire, all you're going to have is your state pension. And that's assuming you've been making your contributions for at least 35 years. A lot of people think they're going to get the state pension of £221 per week. But in actual fact, unless they know for sure, meaning they've checked to see if they're eligible to receive the national state pension of £221 per week, unless you've checked, many people reach retirement age and find out that they do not qualify. So it's a good thing to check, and you can do that simply by going onto the website, on the .gov website. Just drop it into Google, check my national insurance contributions, just to see where you stand and to see if there's any gaps in your NI contributions. And then ask yourself, how much do you think you're going to need to live on come the day you retire? Now, a lot of people have bought properties in the hope that one day they'll sell that property, downsize, and live off the profit from selling the property, pay off all their debts and live off the profit. And that's a good strategy, and that property prices always increase. So you're likely to be able to live a relatively comfortable life, assuming you don't need to pay for the house you're living in. But nowadays, you're going to need at least £40,000 or £50,000 as a deposit on a property based on property prices and inflation. And many people have never had that kind of money available to them. Many people have never been in a position or will never be in a position to buy a property. It's just inconceivable. It's crazy. So pension is likely to be the only option for many millions of people. And the same number, many millions of people in the UK have no pension, or they're clueless about how much is actually in their pension pot, and they're even more clueless about the value of that pension, what the likely value of that pension pot is going to be come the day they're going to be relying on it. Because come the day you can no longer work, your only source of income is going to be from your investments, or from your savings, or from your pension. So if you don't know how much is in your pension pot, and you've got no target in mind that you're working towards, that every month you're paying into a pension pot so that come the day you can no longer work, you're going to have a sufficient amount of money saved up so that you can then draw down on that income to live on for the rest of your life. Many people are ill prepared and are totally unaware of this because they've got more pressing issues to deal with here and now. So unless you know how much is in your pension pot, unless you have an idea of the target amount that you need or you're working towards, that you need to be working towards in order to have a comfortable income in retirement, then it's likely to be very scary, when you're thinking about what day you're actually going to retire on. And that's why many people are working way beyond retirement age. And that's going to become a reality. For the likelihood is many of us are going to be literally working until the day we drop. £221 per week. How far is that going to get you? How far is that going to get you? And if you check your pension pot and it's projected in terms of its value come the day you retire is anything less than 50,000, that's a very scary place to be. And the strong likelihood is you're either going to have to be working until the day you drop, or turn to crime or prostitution in order to, cover their living expenses. Imagine having to do that when you're 65, 70, having to be hustling at that age.